Hello friends, thank you for stopping by the village. I want to welcome those of you who are here for the first time, and those of you who are returning, I want to thank you very much for doing that. If you're here for the first time, what I'd like for you to do at the end of the video is to like, subscribe, and share the video with a friend, if you will. My name is Clarence, and I'm here as the host of the village. And today I'm here with a very good friend, real community activist, Salahuddin Muhammad. Brother Muhammad is very active in and around the historic community of Orange Mound. And I would like for him to just share some of the things that he's been doing and some of the things that he and his group are presently doing and looking forward to do. So without further ado, let me introduce you to Brother Muhammad.
Yes, sir, Clarence. Yes, sir.
Brother Muhammad, I really want to thank you for being here with me today.
Yes, sir.
Know you're a very busy man. I know you're really active in the community. I know that you have a lot of things on your plate, and it's an honor for me to have you here today. And I just want to thank you again.
You're very welcome. It's always an honor to be among friends and be among classmates and a teammate. You know, our history goes back some, and I like that.
It does indeed.
But as you said, I have a high respect for Orange Mound, not only because of his historicness and it being a preservated community, a historical preservation community given to us by Michelle Obama, of course. But prior to that, we would have always been on the historical road.
So let me stop you right there, because you said something that was very interesting to me. Michelle Obama,
yes, sir,
placed the Orange Mound community.
Yes, sir. Historical preservation. So, I mean, you know, that's some leverage right there.
All right.
Along with our brand, Orange Mound been a brand. You can say Orange Mound anywhere on this universe, and somebody gonna raise an eyebrow and say, "Oh, I know, I heard about them.
Right.
I heard about that."
Absolutely.
You know, so, not only being one of the only community where indigenous people own their own land and built their own homes and had pretty much a small Wall Street similar to Oklahoma, similar to South Carolina, similar to Florida, where, you know, the indigenous people on their land pretty much was self-sufficient.
And Orange Mound's Wall Street is actually
Park Avenue.
Park Avenue.
In the walking thoroughfare would be Corns Avenue. Well, Corns Avenue really may have been the first because it's closer to the railroad track.
Right.
And it kind of built from there. Park
Right.
Avenue kind of came in later. But, you know, I can't do the history as well as one of the historians in Orange Mound can do it. Like Herbert Tate's wife, Miss Tate, and the other, you know, Miss Mary Mitchell. You know, so they do the history of Orange Mound in such a way where, you know, it catches you in that moment where you want to just be, you want to be right there to hear every word they say. You know,
for those of you who don't know, Herbert Tate, as he had mentioned, was our football coach at Melrose High School when we were there in the class of 72, the last of the old school. Absolutely. We were there, and we're still here. And we're still trying to hold on to that spirit that grows in all who are.
Pride and humility.
Pride and humility. That's what we serve with.
Pride and humility.
And that's what we're about.
And we bleed maroon and gold.
Hello.
But in our bleeding maroon and gold, that's our sweat. And that's our sweat equity for the love that we have for Orange Mound.
Absolutely.
And, as you and me mentioned, I'm a part of a couple of organizations, really about 3.
Okay.
Orange Mound Development Corporation, I'm on the board.
Okay.
Juice Orange Mound, I'm on the board. And Landmark, the Landmark Training, which is Landmark Farmers Market, which is right there at Cons and Marshall. So I serve on each one of those boards, and it's been a delight to be in the presence of those individuals and, you know, serving on a board because of the work that each of those organizations does in the community.
Absolutely.
That collectiveness is bringing us to the point where it wrapped around assisting with getting the historic railroad brought to the forefront of where, hey, we want to resurrect it now. We want to, go ahead and get that building into a condition where it can serve as a library/museum, middle school, and multiple facilities on top on the 3rd floor. Okay. So as we're going forward, with the help of the community and the help of the city, and we are looking at investors now to help us to make that reality become a true reality.
I see.
And we're definitely inviting our alumni to come back and begin to support us, which is a very, very strong supported component of
it. It really is. I would say, excuse me for butting in, but I would say that the Melrose Alumni is probably, without a doubt, the strongest high school alumni in Memphis.
Now you just put a challenge out there, man.
Yes, I did.
Hamilton's gonna come. Hamilton's gonna step up. Booker T. Washington's gonna step up. Southside gonna step up. And Northside, because those and Douglas, we can't leave Douglas out.
No, we can't.
It was our rivals that for us coming through. For myself personally, I found joy in knowing that in our competition with these schools have brought about a real strong network of good competitive encounters,
right,
for lack of a better term. But now we are asking our alumni to come back and do investments in their community so we can begin to build from that and retain that historicalness that we have and that strong core value and power. Because right now we're looking at how do we strengthen our community, but we're bringing in investors to help with what businesses, help with venues, so that our youth can have some opportunity to say, hey, I want to come back to my community and open up a business as well.
Right.
We are being targeted through this TDC zone with tourism from Tiger Lane down to Park Avenue, down to Historic Railroad. And if everything continues to go as planned, and we're looking to see some things come to the community that's going to enhance, bringing some sustainability to our community.
So when you say Tiger Lane, you're talking about down on at the old fairgrounds, right there.
Coliseum, baby.
What is that? Central and Airways, right? Yeah.
Central and Central and Parkway, because it turns into Parkway once it gets.
Oh, absolutely, and that's where those tigers roar.
They roar. Although the color might be a little off, but we allow them to do that.
Yeah, we do, because several of our homeboys
yes
have gone there and have actually put that school on the map.
And the homeboy that we're speaking of now, I know you know as well as I do, who gave his heart and soul.
Brother Larry Finch.
I mean, you can't say enough about. I remember the term that Denzel used in that Titan movie. You can't get another Larry Finch.
You can't do it. It's impossible to do.
Yeah.
Brother Muhammad, you spoke about Landmark Farmers Market.
Yes.
And you introduced me to Brother Mike Menace.
Mike Menace and his wife.
And Karen Menace. And I actually did a little thing on them where we did a presentation where he showed me around the farmers market. He showed me around the gardens. And I actually have that on the site. So those of you who have not seen that, it's very interesting, and I would hope that you would go back and take a look at the Landmark Farmers Market featuring Brother Mike Menace. Now that we've done that, you've also introduced me to a really nice sister.
Yes.
And her and the organization that she is a part of. Give me her name and the name of the company. I'm sorry, the organization.
The organization is Juice Orange Mound.
Okay.
Around the mound. Brittany Thornton have stepped up to the plate to say her love for the community is just as strong as our seniors and our youth, and her being a millennium, have said she wanted to see a difference. and we go around Orange Mound, collecting change to make a change in the community.
Okay.
We have 117 streets in Orange Mound.
Okay.
And they have been divided up into 7 zones. And we are asking for zone captains and street captains to come and help us in our efforts of doing just that. Juice been around for now about 3 years, and Brittany have engaged in creating this street assembly. This is the 117th Street where we got them in the 7 zones. A garden, community garden, right there at Cellar and Park, which we are inviting everybody to come and help support that.
So, Brother Muhammad, when I was at the juice meeting, the March juice meeting, I found out that you are actually a zone captain.
Yes.
And can you tell me a little bit about what the zone captain's responsibilities are, so that we might be able to recruit some other street captains through the process?
Glad you asked that. You know, it's not a real tedious thing. We're asking that we build some core groups. So we divided the 117th Street up in 7 zones.
Okay.
So that we can kind of narrow the groups down, and those groups can, get a little bit more personal.
Absolutely.
And by having captains that help eliminate everyone have to come to the meeting, but if we have a core group that can come and represent each zone, and by putting us in competition, putting each zone in competition, because Zone 1 will be the number one zone.
All right. And I know who the captain of Zone 1 is.
Yeah. But it's just a joy knowing that we are supporting a vision of someone that really works hard at doing what you do. When Brittany first made mention about starting Juice Orange Mound, she had previously said she was going to school to be a lawyer.
Okay.
And I asked her to become the Attorney General, because we needed someone in a position to help change policies as well as being an effective person in the community.
Absolutely.
And I think that is an area where it's going to assist us in really organizing ourselves around values and power. Because when you organize, that's strength.
Absolutely.
When you organize your income, that's strength.
Yes.
So those 2 components, along with each of those zones, will begin to speak volume to the community.
That financial organization that you're talking about, I think is a core reason why Orange Mound was such a successful, has been such a successful neighborhood. All back in the day, when it was the Wall Street, Paul, absolutely.
And Con.
The money circled around the community.
Yeah.
It didn't leave the community.
Not real quick.
As a matter of fact, those who would rob us now of that money ended up coming into the community so that they could share in that wealth that was there. One in particular, Evenskis,
Whitten Brothers,
and these people have been in the neighborhood for quite a while.
And what's the little liquor store across the street? I can't think of the name of it right offhand, but it's right there on the corner.
Oh, at the high corner, Park and Grand.
Yeah,
yeah, absolutely.
But we still have a few co-owners that's still in the community. We still have the grill. We still have the Melrose store. At least it's been repurchased into a resident of Orange Mound. The store right there, David, and across from the stadium. So
right, and they have a great Philly cheese sandwich.
No, they don't do that.
It is wonderful. Let me tell you.
We're going to get him up here one day and bring him aboard. And then we have a young man, the Wing Factory, Ruben. He have been successful in the community for 14 years, doing very well.
Okay.
So in there at the shopping center, we have just introduced art gallery and the other organization called the Collective.
Okay.
Oh man, I mean, their grand opening, you would have thought you was at a football game. That parking lot was full.
Really?
Yeah, but I give kudos to those young people. And the mural on the wall right there where the learning mat was.
Yeah.
And I pray that our community recognize that our art, our music, our investment in our entrepreneurship is what's going to put us back in that position.
Absolutely.
And once we bring the right vendors, the Orange Mound Development Corporation is have a strategic plan going forward to help do that.
Okay.
Red Zone is a very instrumental component in our community as well. And it's bringing those organizations and our churches back. And our senior citizen complex is one of the largest attended senior citizen complex, I think, in this Mid-South region. And maybe all of them not alumni, but I think if we took a total count of the alumni that we have, and I think our neighborhood capacity is what, maybe 16,000?
Yeah.
I think our alumni was come close to that or would exceed it.
Absolutely. Patrice Love, I know, is one person that's there up there. She does a lot of line dancing.
Yes.
I spoke with her not too long ago. As well as, I have done an expose on that as well.
Yes.
And those of you who might be interested in that, in the Orange Mound Senior Center, back up and take a look at that little interview as well. It was a wonderful tour that was given, and I think you'll enjoy it very much. But back to, let's turn the focus back at hand, and I apologize for going off a little bit. Let me ask you this. What do you think are the strengths of the JUICE program?
The energy that she has brought to the table with the board members that she have on board give strength to the health fair, the 5K run, the community garden, the street assembly. So it's beginning to create an avenue by which we can come together and begin to speak collectively on things. And she bring in organization with strength, with lackable, compatible matching tools to help make it successful.
Right.
With mapping out direction of doing things. And I think that's, if nothing else, that's a strength that we need. Because if you have lack organization doing things around us, then we need to invite those organizations to our community to help support what we are doing as well.
Well, I think Brittany is a very good facilitator. Having been to a couple of the meetings of JUICE, monthly meetings, man, I tell you, she is great, and I hope that you'll be able to convince her to one day come on board and come on over to the village and tell us about it.
We might invite you all to come there and tape it. Do a live taping, but she'll be willing to come and sit down and do a one-on-one with you. I'm sure she will.
I'm sure she will too.
And, I was finna comment on something
I'm
you
sorry.
said.
Go ahead.
But go ahead. If I can.
Well, we were talking about the strengths of the program.
Yeah.
And tell me, what's some of the really pressing issues that you find right now within the community?
We're engaged in a campaign against blight and crime.
Blight and crime.
So, Orange Mound is a heavily community with residents. And here in the last maybe 10 years, our community has become a transit community where we're renting a lot of tenants.
Right.
And we are trying to get that base back in being a resident homeowners.
Okay.
Thing. So, as we work towards that, again, like I said, Red Zone, JUICE, Orange Mound Development Corporation, and the churches, we are working to bring that attention back to the community.
Orange Mound was initially the largest community, black community, with landowners, homeowners, and in the nation, and that is a significant thing in itself, and I think that might be part of the reason why it has been designated as a
historical preservation.
I
like the term. I like when Michelle did that. It helped to put our banner in a even more explosive light.
Absolutely.
You know. So
yes.
And now we just got to capitalize that and put some revenue behind it so we can begin to grow it the way it should be.
Okay. When you know, it's good being a part of an organization. How satisfied are you with the direction that your organizations that you're part of is going to?
Now, my satisfaction rises so high because of the individuals and the groups that I'm around.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've always heard the term, if you're the smartest person in the room, then you need to go find another group.
I hear you.
Yeah, and I'm not the smartest person in the room, but I surround myself with people who have a like desire for what we're doing in the community. You know, I lend that to, when I started off with an organization that I ran for a while called the Real World Institute at Handley Elementary, before and after school program, summer camp, under the guidance of Ms. Ruby Payne, which, you know, when you get those indoor opportunity to come in and do something, when someone opened that door for you,
right,
and you're able to express and gain their confidence that you know what you're doing have a value to the community and a value to our children, you begin to see that, you know, there's nothing wrong with, what if we do this just a little different?
Right.
What if we challenge our children to do just a little bit more?
Absolutely.
But give them the tools to do it with. Let's not, you know, talk about closing our school and not, you know, properly distributing the funds in our community that's needed.
Right.
You know, so
right.
So going forward, those are some of the things I think will help us to strengthen what we do.
Okay.
You know, and just here recently, Ms. Coleman, which is one of our school board members, is campaigning to have our students redistrict back in our community, so that now we can begin to build our core base of students back up.
Right.
You know,
right.
How can you have a good, strong community and your school is, you know, not being supported by the students?
Well, you know, I'll tell you this one thing that I feel the breakdown of the community started way back when busing came around. But that's a whole nother show.
Yes.
And I won't get into that, but that's a strong belief of mine, that the community actually began to break down once you send children from this side of the street over there and that side of the street way over there, you know.
And it's a school right here.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
But yeah, those are some of the strengths that we have. And again, coming under the umbrella of a CDC, where we are asking the organization and the community to come and collectively look at how we can approach climbing this mountain or building this wall.
Right.
I don't want to say nothing about building no wall, but building our community back.
Right.
You know, but that collectiveness is going to be the core to organizing how we get this done. And there's some interesting things on the table. Renewable energy is out there that we're looking at bringing to the community, which will speak toward the STEM as well. So we're looking forward to just, you know, now in my head, now you know, forgive me, but I want to see it look like a Silicon Valley.
Oh,
You
well,
know what I'm saying?
and you know what? I was looking at the news the other day, and I saw where there are some initiatives that's being done that's actually geared toward getting our young people into that sort of thing. technology development.
Robotics.
Absolutely.
Stem cell research.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. Renewable energy.
Yeah.
Solar panels.
So these are some innovative things that we need to have our children looking at instead of just. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being a lawyer, a doctor, or an Indian chief, but you know, we need some people. We need them into some other things as well, and I'm glad that these are some of the initiatives that your programs are working toward, because it's well needed.
It's well needed.
Brother Muhammad, I'm gonna ask you one more question, and then, well, actually, what I'd like to do, since we're running a bit short on time, I would like for you to just give me a breakdown of actually, just give me, I'm going to let you close with whatever you want to close with.
Well, Claire, I thank you. In closing, again, we're reaching out to our alumni. We're reaching out to our residents. Come and help strengthen us, so as we go forward and we approach the city and we approach the state for funding and support, that we have our alumni standing with us along with our residents and the businesses in our area. That will help dictate how our revenue looks. Okay. And keeping those dollars in that community for a while would help a lot.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So with that, those are some of the things we're looking at, how to keep our revenue in our community for a while so we can build sustainability.
Okay. Brother Muhammad, I want to thank you again for being here with me.
Thank you.
And I look forward to seeing you again.
All blood, you know for sure. Now you know, come through the community, that's where I'm going to be at.
All right.
And we got a pool table there at the Senior Citizen
Hey,
Conference. So.
I ruled it for a while.
Oh, well, okay, all right.
You missed us.
And as we close, Brother Muhammad,
Yes, sir.
I just want to send out a word to all the Orange Mound Melrose alumni. Orange Mound wants you. That's it.
That's it. That's it.
Now, if you want to do that again, you say
Okay,
this.
yeah, let's do that one more time.
You put this. You come to this one.
Oh, okay, come on, let's do it. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's your editing in there, you know.
Okay.
I'm just gonna let it down. And I'm gonna tack you up over there. Okay. Here you go. Now.